That's me skipping seconds there. Last stream I was saying, I don't know why it's skipping seconds on me. That was like one of those Hollywood countdowns where, you know, they're trying to... Sorry, I don't know why I'm so low down there as well. Oh, high up there. That's better. Yeah, it was like a Hollywood countdown, wasn't it? It was like 2, 1, 0, and everybody looks around. And they've got time to do a few lines of dialogue as well in between. And then it's like... It doesn't go off, or does, but it's like Hollywood seconds there. Sorry about that. Welcome along. I'm trying to multitask, that's why. And also on last stream, I'll say on numerous occasions, because it never gets old, because it never changes. I can't really talk and multitask anyway. So why am I doing this? Well, that's practice, I suppose. Normally, when I used to do the radio show, the online radio show I keep talking about, obviously I didn't have to look at anything. Now I'm like having to tell myself, look at the camera, because you're now talking to you. Hi. But yeah, also I've made it harder for myself by having 3 screens. So now my field of view is just ridiculous. There's far too much to look at, and far too much going on. But I run a poll on my Twitter, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, feel free, at Jamie Nemeth. And it is, I talked about the radio show, it is my old radio show Twitter, which wasn't active for a good while. And I revived it and sort of rebranded it as a sort of general broadcast sort of Twitter to encompass Twitch and the radio show if it comes back again. We had a pop-up station this year for Off the Chart Radio for a couple of months, and it is coming back, so keep an eye on at Off the Chart on Twitter as well. Won't be for a while yet, but maybe next year there might be something happening. Maybe end of this year. Well, we'll see how things go. But yeah, I thought, well, seeing as I pulled the old Twitter out and dusted it off, I thought, well, I don't have to stop using that Twitter. I don't have to stop broadcasting. I can broadcast on Twitch instead, do something a bit different. So that's how this all started off. And sorry, just eating food as well. That's also the explanation for the 9:30 start, and the reason that I whisper the word schedule, because all of the advice is that you should have a schedule. So straight off the back of the radio show, I put together a schedule and said I'm going to be streaming at the same times as I do my radio show, but life happens and other stuff comes up, and yeah, it instantly fell apart the minute I didn't have the... I shouldn't say I didn't have the drive, because that'd be like, all right, so once you stopped doing the radio show and you did Twitch, you sort of saw Twitch as something that required less effort. No, that's not the direction I meant to go in. But when you prepare a radio show, you spend hours putting together the music, and also to an extent, remember what I said, I didn't have to look at the camera then. I did have a video stream as an optional extra, that's how I got into all of this. But I wasn't looking at the camera, I was looking at the music. And I could, if I wanted to, have just turned the camera off and said, right, I need to nip out for a few minutes. You can still do that on Twitch, but to a lesser extent. So, the music was all planned, everything was ready to go. If I'd needed to nip out for any reason, I could have set it to automation. It could have run for 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. I wouldn't have necessarily trusted it, because guaranteed something would have gone wrong while I was out of the room. But it would have worked. If an emergency had happened or whatever. But, basically, when it becomes an optional thing, you just sort of, other things push it out of the way and nudge it back and forth, and then you think, I'll leave it for tonight, I'll do it another time, and then you don't have the energy or whatever. All valid reasons for not doing a stream, by the way. Don't necessarily push yourself to do it if you haven't got the energy or you're not in the right headspace, but, yeah. The minute it starts slipping, it slips completely. So I spent a few weeks just being ad hoc and going with the flow. 9:30 now seems to be emerging as an okay time, so I thought, right, let's try it again. Very tentatively, let's try it again. 9:30, Tuesdays and Thursdays. 9:30 UK time, of course. You may be watching from somewhere else in the world, so it may vary. Again, sorry, I'm not looking at you. The reason being, I'm trying to sort out this poll that I did. So let's have a look. Yeah. It's a blank screen. I thought I had all that set up. Right, okay. So... Yeah, I know. Let's just plonk that sloppily in there for now. Behind me, so that you can actually see me on top of it. Right, okay. This is what I meant to do. Nah, can't find it now. No. This is what I meant to do. Right, on my Twitter, I did a poll. And then I advertised the fact that I'd done this poll on Facebook. And lots of people commented on my Facebook post with things that should have been votes. And sorry, this is the just having eaten food and drinking tea too quick, probably. I said, I'm going to be a bit mean and I'm going to play hardball now and only accept votes on Twitter. And I thought, no, this is good. I'm sticking to this. I'm committing to my schedule. I'm not saying the schedule will never change. It will almost certainly change when uni starts back in a couple of weeks. Or, well, at least when deadline season gets into full flow. But for now, let's not give up at the first hurdle. Let's stick to that. And then I thought, right, I'm going to stick to my guns now. This is not just a vote. This is a social media strategy. I'm only accepting Twitter votes. And then more people started voting on Facebook. And then a couple of people started voting on Instagram. And it's like, so this doesn't really work, does it? But the problem is now, I don't know if some of the people who voted, because the Twitter poll is anonymous, I don't know if some people who voted on Twitter have also voted on Facebook. That's the thing. So the results, if I aggregate them and count them all together, look at this. Maths on stream. I was going to make this into a nice proper graphic. Can I? Oh, no, I don't know what that is, but it's not the right thing. Anyway, I was going to put this into a nice graphic and have it sort of fading in on the screen, but I didn't have time for any of that. So yeah, you can have the raw Excel file. But if I sort of aggregate them, it changes the results. I asked the question, what emulator are we going to use tonight on Throwback Thursday? Are we going to use the Sega Master System 2 emulator, or are we going to use the Nintendo Game Boy? And if you take it by Twitter, so if I stick to the hardball, if I stick to my guns, then Sega Master System 2 is one. That's the light blue bar at the bottom. So we got 3 votes for Sega Master System and 2 votes for Nintendo Game Boy. So it was fairly narrow margin, wasn't it? But then if we aggregate them, assuming people haven't double voted, it's Game Boy in the lead by 1 vote. And yeah, people voted other things as well. Hello, Rory. He voted SNES, which wasn't one of the options, but I mean, I am using a SNES controller. Having said that, I've just realised this also means I'm not prepared fully for the stream because this needs to be plugged into the computer to make it work. And someone else voted Amiga, and I'm with them there. I've got an Amiga in the attic. And in fact, the theme of Throwback Thursday... Let me just plug this in first. Or I'm going to have a nasty surprise when I try and start the emulator up. The theme of Throwback Thursday is that it's based on games that I've actually tried to find in the attic. Well, I found some of them. But I haven't. There's others that I need to find that I haven't found because some of them have got little batteries in them, and I didn't know this until recently, or at least wasn't fully aware of this until recently. Or maybe I thought that the console cartridges had them apart from the Game Boy cartridges. I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but I want to rescue these cartridges before the batteries in them leak, because that would be a huge shame. Unfortunately, I think I don't really know how to get into the cartridges, so I don't really want to destroy the cartridges if the battery's fine. But there's no way of knowing if the battery's fine until I break into the cartridge. So, yeah, actually, they mentioned an Amiga 500. I've got an Amiga 600 in the attic, but yeah. Should definitely do some Amiga stuff. Preferably with the real Amiga if it's still working. I'm sure it is still working. But then I've got to find that. Yeah, it's all up there somewhere. So I don't know. It's pretty close, isn't it? It's a pretty close call. Which one do I go for? Or do I just play both? I did think I toyed with the idea of being really, 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 really cruel and playing Sega Master System game in the Game Boy emulator. That's physically impossible. I just mean I would have dressed it up to look like a Game Boy, but it would have been a Master System game, and I thought, but that's just weird, and it would be a lot of effort for a joke that would be not very good at best and annoying at worst, so I didn't do that. Having said that, very, very tempted to get like one of these. Have you seen the RetroPie? You can turn your Raspberry Pi into a RetroPie, but you can also put a Raspberry Pi into what looks like a Game Boy case. It looks very much like a Game Boy, in fact, but it's got a colour screen, it's got battery, and there's a couple of variants on this, and other companies doing their own version of a Raspberry Pi. In fact, well, it's just a different Pi entirely. Clockwork Pi, I think that's called. But it's got a slightly smaller screen. This one is a full-on, the one I've seen. It's a kit that you can. I don't know whether you can buy the parts or whether you have to 3D print the parts. I'm not sure. Or whether you have to retrofit a game. But that's the one. Because he says in the post, he says, please, for goodness sake, don't destroy an actual working, authentic, original Game Boy for this. Only do this if it's kaput, it's broken, there's no hope for it, it can't be repaired. Because otherwise you're destroying a working piece of history, and that's unforgivable. So even the creator saying, don't do it unless you're absolutely certain this is dead in the water, this Game Boy. So I think that's why I can't do it. I prefer to 3D print one. But cases do exist. People have made 3D printed cases, and then you've got a handheld console with all of the feels of the authentic Game Boys and stuff. So yeah, very tempted. I don't know. Should I just do both then? I've got 2 games lined up for tonight. Unlike Tuesday night, if you wanna see me flailing and adapting on the hop on Twitch, given that I've only been doing this for a few weeks, and only been doing it really properly for less than that, because there've been weeks off in between. I think the last month has been a week on, a week off, and then only 1 stream a week. So that was my target, building up slowly. Minimum 1 stream a week. So I managed 1 stream every 2 weeks, so I missed that target. There we are. And then I thought to myself, right, okay, let's try it this week as an experiment. Oh, there was 1 week where, unplanned, unannounced, I did 3 streams in a week, out of nowhere, and then I had a week off again. So yeah, consistency is key. But yeah, the other thing I do as well is every time I say it's going to be a short stream tonight, it goes on for ages. And when I don't say it's going to be a short stream, it only lasts an hour. So I haven't said either way tonight. I honestly don't know which way it's going to go tonight. Let's just put that back to there. Because we're still deciding, of course, what we're going to do. I need to know which core to load in RetroArch, my emulator. I was really, really chuffed though on last Thursday's stream, because Roop was tuned in and he thought I was genuinely filming my actual Game Boy. No, it was just a free PNG of a Game Boy that I'd found online. But believe me, and it was free. I didn't just rip it off a website. It was on a site that actually gave free images for free. And as I commented at the time, I'm not sure you could really sell them because unless you had a license to do so, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'll take a photo of my actual Game Boy. That'll add extra authenticity to it. And I nearly put some 3D models into this background. Very, very nearly. But of the old consoles, I was going to put like a bookshelf type of thing and do that, but yeah, just never really got round to it. And also there were weird things going on as well with the lighting. It just didn't look right. Right, so On the plus side, my chat's working. On the minus side, I've just realised, is it still saying I'm playing Aim Lab? Whoops. I've normally got an extra tab here, and it's yeah. My chat's come back, but but I'm missing my stream info tab. Yeah. Sorry, it's just come up with that I'm streaming Aim Lab. I am not streaming Aim Lab, so I'll have to do this the manual way then through the web browser. I shouldn't say the manual way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I had it all nicely set up, and then I made the mistake, and this is a mistake I'm sure many people have made, of updating the software. I thought, well, it's nagged me 3 times. I've completely ignored it. So go on then. I'll update it to the new version, and my chat disappeared. Now my chat's back, but my stream info has disappeared, and then I realised, that's why you didn't change it from AimLab. So AimLab is Tuesday stream. We're not doing that. Let's do corrective, quick corrective work now. Just chatting for a bit while we decide which emulator we're putting on. The votes were close between Game Boy and Master System, and see if that inspires. No. It's still Throwback Thursday, because I'm still talking about retro games. Throwback Thursday. Sega or Nintendo or both? Question mark. So with a mystery to it. Maybe. Right, now we've got the right stream title. Shall I reintroduce the stream? Hello, welcome along to the stream. It's now saying that, well, it will in a few seconds when it updates. It's now saying the right title to the stream. I'm now a little bit less sort of straight after food and unable to talk for some reason. And we're deciding, because the votes were very, very close. If I stick to my guns where I said I'm only going to accept Twitter votes and that's it, but immediately felt too mean and kind of didn't want to be mean anymore. If I accept the Twitter votes as they stand, then Sega Master System 2 pipped the Nintendo Game Boy by 1 vote. If I aggregate all the votes and assume people didn't do double voting, and that's aggregating Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and doing far too much analysis of what was meant to be a simple poll, but that's me, because I do that. That's just my brain, isn't it? Then actually it's Nintendo Game Boy that pipped Sega Master System 2 by 1 vote. So actually, while we're still deciding on that, then I say while we're still deciding, I guess I'm holding all the cards here. But something that was weird, talking about playing Game Boy games, I was I was amazed, really. Somebody effectively recreated a game in real life. I don't know if anybody else has seen this yet, so I'm just the stop stream button is very close to the studio mode button in OBS, and I nearly stopped the stream then when I actually wanted to do this. See? Slick. Look how slick that was. Now I've got it. Right, so look at this. I was literally only recently playing Balloon Kid. Tell me this isn't Balloon Kid. This is Balloon Kid. This is definitely Balloon Kid. I think David Blaine was watching my stream last time. He went, "That's a blooming good idea for a stunt over the Arizona desert for half hour." Now, Balloon Kid is a game all about how somebody has too many helium balloons and gets carried away, and his sister has to save him. It's Balloon Kid. It's IRL Balloon Kid. Real life Balloon Kid. Mad. It's like, what else is going to happen? It took me back to. Do you remember? Was it The Outer Limits or Twilight? No, Twilight Zone, I think it was. And there was this typewriter, and it was a really, really dark episode. It shows you how dark a thriller can get without needing any gore whatsoever. Zero gore, zero horror. Well, there was some horror, I suppose, in a sense, but not like people being scared. It was a typewriter that somebody had found in the talking about the attic. Somebody had found in the attic, and when they typed a story, they were a writer, and they were typing these like ideas for novels, and then they actually came true in real life. And the reason it went very dark was because this guy imagined he'd have a very different family to the one he had. And so he sort of rewrote his marriage, like wrote in a different wife, different children, and it was like, wow, that's really dark. You know, you'd think he'd make his life better for the family he had, but no, he just wrote them out of the story and wrote in some new ones that he thought were better behaved, and you know, I might be misremembering the story and mixing it up with the Simpsons episode now, but yeah. So it was me playing the Game Boy emulator like the attic typewriter in Twilight Zone. If I play another game, will it come true in real life? That's what I want to know. Well, in which case I could use it for good. We need a positive game, maybe with positive people in power doing good. But anyway, let's not go into politics. But I just couldn't believe this. So what? Oh, there. That can be our question of the day then. That's something that we've all been encouraging each other in the groups and things, giving each other advice and things. I didn't have a question of the day planned. One has just appeared to me, thanks to David Blaine. What game, this could be a dangerous topic, what game would you like to manifest, I think that's the right word, to manifest in real life? What game would you really like to manifest in real life, and why? Yeah. That's turned into a very deep question now. Trying to make it too disgusting. I mean, remember you're giving away your personality in your choice. So yeah, maybe not like, yeah, don't go too dark. But yeah, think of light games, think of retro games. What games would you like to manifest? I mean, and then now it's turned into a Hollywood film. I guess that's what was in their head when they made Pixels. But there's got to be a why as well. So yeah, what game, doesn't have to be retro, even though it's Throwback Thursday. What game would you like to manifest in real life, and why? Yeah, I think it's obviously done me good watching other people's streams. I was just watching Captain Alex Cactus on Twitch as well. I recommend going over to there. Not necessarily now, although this is the problem. They were saying on their stream, oh my gosh, everybody's live. And I replied, yeah, I was thinking of going live as well, but I looked at the list of people who are live, and it's full of all the people who I don't know, who I'd normally watch, who might be like well-known streamers there at the top. All the people who I do know, but aren't necessarily part of the Discord groups that we're part of. They're all online as well, and all of the people who I try and watch and support, and we're all supporting each other. All of them are all online as well. So it's literally all of the well-known people are online, and all of the small streamers are all online, all at the same time. And now I am. And Minty's Game Guide, which has just started, he had his maiden voyage on Tuesday, I think, or was it Monday? Tuesday was the first one I saw, I think. He's just started. You may remember him, now it's turned into a Simpsons episode, you may remember him from such episodes as, that was a terrible accent, you may remember him from the Minty's Gig Guide. I remember him, it's not finished, but it's on pause, I guess. Hey, Dominus Wolfen's online. I got a lot of people online too. Cheers for dropping in. I it sounds wrong to say I also understand if you're going to go, because that's like, oh, thanks for dropping in by then. I'm assuming you're going already. No, I just mean I won't take offence, because there are so many people that we all would normally follow if we were given, if we had nothing, well, not necessarily if we had nothing to do, but if we had nothing to do and we had time to sit down and watch a nice quality time to watch a stream. These are all people who we'd be happy sitting down to watch, and there are at least 17 of them all online at the same time. So but cheers for dropping in. Have you got an idea of which emulator you'd prefer to go with? Because we've got a choice between Game Boy and Master System, and depending on how I count the votes, if I stick to my own really mean rule and stick to Twitter, then it's going to be Master System 2. If I stick to counting everyone's votes rather than forcing them to go on Twitter if they didn't want to, which is something I didn't consider when I decided to play hardball, then it should be Game Boy. Or it might end up being both, depending on how long I am online for. So Domino's saying it's fine, man. Drop into people's streams for 30 minutes. Not much point in going in saying hi, in my opinion. Just do that in DMs. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. It took me a while to rearrange it in my head. It didn't need rearranging, it's just my brain. But yeah, I'm the same. If I'm not going to stay, I just won't say anything. I'll just sort of duck back out and go, because there was one day, well, it was Alex's stream that I stopped on, Captain Alex Cactus's stream, that because I'd gone through a few streams and I'm like, oh gosh, there's so many people online, that it wasn't that I was waiting for a good one to stop on. I was just like, I don't know who to pick, and then it was just something grabbed me. So it was literally like a sort of roulette wheel in a way. I was going through them all, just like, and then there's a good chat going on, so got involved in that. Minty, hello, he says I'm in. Okay, so we've got Nintendo. Really want to play Wario Land 4 again for Dominus. Having said that, I haven't got Wario Land lined up. I did have Super Mario 2 last time. What did I line up for tonight? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Oh, Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. So the choice really, because those are the games I've got prepared, is between Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, this may change your decision, Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle on the Game Boy, and Outrun on the Sega Master System 2. Minty saying my stream is done until midnight. Well, that's good in some ways, because I was worried about clashing with you. It's like, I'm also clashing with 17 other people I know, but yeah, you don't want to clash with anybody, but it's going to happen, I suppose. I had to, because I'm committing to this 9:30 slot, so I couldn't give up. If I gave up at the first hurdle, just because other people are online, it's just like, just do this. Just think to yourself, just you've committed to this, you're going to do it. That's it. Stop trying to get out of it. Domino's saying I'm bad at speech. No, I am. Honestly, don't worry. No, it's just, no. Roop was on a previous stream, and he answered a question that I had just asked, and I didn't have a clue what he was on about. There was nothing wrong in what he'd written. It was all perfectly sensible. Excuse me. It's just that I had completely forgotten what I'd asked. And Linny Pig I was watching as well, and I'm so glad I'm not alone there, because she was saying the same. It's like, yeah, I asked a question and I didn't know. And just mutual sort of experience of, oh, thank goodness it's not the only one, and a mutual recognition of how streaming is, because it's not the same as radio. I thought I could just go from my radio show. And remember, I'm an amateur radio presenter. I did it for a long time, but I'm not actually I've never worked in. Has it worked in a student radio station? Depends how you see it, but yeah, I have been in a proper radio studio, but it was a student radio studio, and then my home studio for years and years. So I'm not jumping from professional radio into a stream. I'm dropping from having learnt quite a lot, but still at amateur level, into stream, and stream is not the same. It's not even the same as TV. I think people having done TV coming into this. Well, actually, that was a topic of was it Matt Parker? Matt Parker did a video, stand-up maths channel, I think. Yeah, I think so. Matt Parker was doing a video and he was saying, why are these TV hosts, not all, but certain particular TV hosts who are brilliant on chat shows, absolutely brilliant, but flagging on streaming, just like completely ill at ease with the medium. And he sort of had some theories about it, and also theories about how they did their setups as well, because he said it doesn't take much effort to just tweak things. It doesn't take money either, you know. There's plenty of advice videos. I'm not going to just retell them badly. I was talking about you, Roop. No, I'm not talking about you in this. I was talking about a Matt Parker video, but I was talking about you earlier, just a few minutes ago. We've got a question of the day. I'm totally inhaling, embodying the whole Twitch Beans stream coaching stuff. I wasn't planning to have a question of the day today at all, but then one emerged because I saw David Blaine's stunt. Have you seen it on Twitter? Other news sources, I'm sure, as well. But David Blaine has hovered over the Arizona desert holding helium balloons for a half hour. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just played Balloon Kid. You've just recreated Balloon Kid in 3D in real life. And I was just like, what is going on? What else is going to manifest from games? So the question of the day is, what game, retro or otherwise, it doesn't have to be retro just because it's Throwback Thursday, it can be any game, although I say within reason. I mean, some of the games I watch and I enjoy, I don't think are appropriate to manifest in real life. So don't go dark. There's the dark line. Don't go over there. Just you know, maybe stick to nice games, fantasy games maybe, or at least have a blooming good reason for going dark. I don't want to feel uncomfortable on stream. But yeah, what games would you? What game? Pick one. What game would you like to manifest in real life and why? It's yeah. Roop says GTA, end up in jail. But food for free, yeah. But lots of crashed cars and yeah. Dominic saying Ark in real life would be, yeah. Well, is it Ark manifesting or Jurassic Park manifesting? I suppose it's not strictly Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is like a museum version of Ark, maybe. Missed a couple of messages there. Minty said it's tough, James, for sure. Got to keep it up. But yeah, you've got it to a T. I mean, I know you've done a lot more radio stuff than me and podcast stuff than me as well. But yeah, it helps with being able to keep going, especially Tuesday stream. Again, yeah, if you wanna watch the VODs after the stream of me flailing completely on Tuesday, flailing and failing, because every game I'd prepared had like. I was playing update bingo basically. I was like, oh, this one needs 2 gigabytes. Well, I might have managed 2 gigabytes in a reasonable length of time, but I'm also streaming and I'm also only on ADSL, so that's not going to happen, and it's going to hammer my stream and people are just going to see frozen frames for half hour. That's not going to work. Okay, let's go on to this one then. 89 gigabytes. All right, how long is that going to take? 15 days. Yeah, that's not going to happen by tonight's stream then, is it? Found something actually reasonable, but didn't go to plan at all. So I fell into that trap of not updating the games. I'd like to say I won't do that again, but I probably will. So, yeah, that's the question. If anybody hasn't said already. So what game would you like to manifest in real life and why? So Minty saying Final Fantasy VII. Smash some spells on people. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Can imagine that going down really well. Cool hairstyles as well. Roop saying Minecraft, except DIY in real life is boring and effort. It would be very cool if I happened to need a certain alloy and I just had to collect the constituent metals, put them into a grid, and poof, there appears my alloy. That would be pretty cool. I've also put all chemists out of a job there, so yeah, sorry about that. Minty saying, wow, on ADSL and streaming, fair play, man. Yeah, somebody said to me, or Rob was helping me out with one of my earlier streams when I was doing the radio show and doing the video stream as like an experimental extra thing. So it wasn't so much that it didn't matter if it went wrong. Obviously I wanted it to work, but if it had gone wrong, it was a bonus thing. And I'd have just gone, oh well, nice experiment, it didn't work, never mind, bye. But it did work, and he was helping me out with all the settings. And when I said I was on ADSL, he had a similar reaction. He was like, oh my gosh, people still have ADSL? Yeah. There's like a dotted line. I live near Swansea, right? There's a dotted line about 5 miles away from Swansea where cable doesn't go further than. I remember years ago asking an NTL engineer at the time. It was NTL before it was Virgin Media. There was something else in between, I think. But I remember asking him, what are the chances of us getting cable? And he just went... So, I mean, to be fair, in case anybody from the internet companies is watching the stream, why they would be, I'm not sure, but they might be. We do have super fast fibre where I live now, further up the valley. So it's not that it doesn't exist, but cable doesn't, strictly speaking. I'm sure they had to get fibre to the cabinet, yes, because that's how it works. It's called fibre to the cabinet, so that had to happen. But that's a new thing. We don't have cable in a sense of having the fibre optic that also carries the TV. I'm going too deeply into this now, but you know what I mean. We've never had... again, see, that's not true. It's not that we've never had cable. Because if you go way back, I need a dissolve effect. We've still got a rediffusion box on the windowsill. Do you remember those? It was a cable service, essentially, but it was a cable service that sent analog TV over copper cables, and you had a switch, a physical dial, like an old microwave thing, an old microwave dial that clicked, and it had letters on it, and so you'd pick channel A, channel B, channel C, and the TV itself was sort of like you'd call it a dumb terminal if it was a computer. I'm going way too geeky now, but basically the TV didn't have a tuner of its own. The TV was just the TV and a speaker and mains power, and then this big huge cable would go in the back of it, and the switch box on the wall would be what would actually change your channels. And there is a website. I always say rediffusion, I suppose, but REDIFFUSION, rediffusion, and yeah, it was going for a long while. So I know I've gone too deep, but I just wanted to say that it's not true that we've never had cable, but once rediffusion went, like NTL didn't come up and take its place and lay down cables. We just didn't have cable anymore. Didn't exist. Domna's saying PC building would sure be a lot easier in the Minecraft universe. Have you seen that video as well where I keep meaning to watch it? Somebody built a Windows 95 PC, a working Windows 95 PC actually in Minecraft. I don't know. I presume they didn't build the circuits. I presume it's some sort of emulator or something, but still pretty cool. Roop saying was going to stream tonight, but earlier put me off. Oh yeah, no, because I was watching. And also some friends got an email saying they're being sent home, so might go over there for moral support. Yeah, it's a hard time for everybody at the moment. And sort of tenuous line of work as well. So Rupert was saying on the stream he's been doing some entertaining. I should clarify what time. He's been doing some singing and concerts and things. Have I understood that right? I think I have. But it's under control conditions in another country, by the way, and not in Wales. We're still not doing gigs in Wales. Well, I say that. Some people have started doing gigs. I'm not going to mention any names whatsoever. No, this is not. I just mean generally. It's people I don't know. But then obviously that starts up friends of mine saying, "Oh, does that mean we can gig now?" And they've been messaging the council and things, and the council have said, "No, you really can't. You really still can't." Excuse me. I know in England some gigs have started up, some outdoor gigs and things like that, and there are some controlled circumstances. But yeah, Roop. So where are you again? Remind me, Roop. So basically, they're in like controlled circumstances in a holiday place, but there's not many guests there, as Rupert's just said now. Yeah, so the problem is there that I guess sadly, there's not so much demand for the entertainment because there's not so many people there, and I guess it's not the demand. You could play to one person and still have a brilliant gig. I get very frustrated. Again, not aimed at anybody here at all. I get very frustrated when people are like, oh, there are only 7 people there or only 10 people there. I played a gig once in Cardiff Student Union away. Kind of like this time. No, but it was like the opposite of that, because we were playing as part of a folk band, and you can probably see where this is going. No, I love folk music, but I also recognise that not everybody is into folk music in general, and certainly not necessarily everybody in my age group. I don't see age differences, but it's kind of it does tend to happen in folk. It's happening less now. It is broadening out, and you're getting lots of acts that are diversifying and doing different genres and coming back the other way. You know, a rock band suddenly doing folk stuff out of nowhere, and you just go, whoa, okay, this is cool. But yeah, Student Union, loads of 18-year-olds. They put a folk band on, and it was meant to be like a big festival thing, and so we were in the pub part of it, and it was actually really nice. It was really cool. It was like a little pub. But next door was the main event. Next door was a big club night. So basically people were only coming into the pub bit because it was a bit quieter and they could get to the bar quicker, and then they were scarpering. They were gone. So we were playing to ourselves, basically, all night. But then one person came up and they were at the front and they stuck around and they were sort of, yeah, this is good, enjoying this. And I thought, well, you know, that's nice. We've converted one person or something. I didn't really know what the story was. Then there were another little group of people, and they all sort of got some seats, and then somebody else came up, and so we had this group of about 7 people, and they were smiling, they were enjoying it, and we had this little bubble, and it was lovely. It was like an intimate session, really, in a way. So it was really cool. And at the end, this person comes up, and it's still sort of, you know, it just sort of pulled on the heartstrings is the wrong word. It did, but they came up and they just said, "Oh, do you know? So enjoyed tonight. I love folk music. I can never find anybody to go out with me to go and see folk music. And I just forced myself out of the house because otherwise I'd been stuck in with nothing to do. I didn't really want to come to this night because, you know, club stuff isn't my thing. But I just pushed myself because otherwise I'd have just been sat at home doing nothing and talking to nobody. And you've really made my night because I just come out by chance and there's folk music on, and I just thought it was lovely. So I would have played the whole gig for that one person and been quite happy. It's not economically viable necessarily, but I would have done it. So yeah, Rupert's saying one person is as good as 1,000, especially if they're really enjoying it. Absolutely. But unfortunately, economically, that's the problem, isn't it? Not so many guests, so there's not so many drinks sold, and you still have to pay staff, and it's awful to have to think about all that, isn't it? But a business has to. I mean, and not necessarily to do with drinks either. A post went up. I was talking about science earlier. Royal Institution, people who do the Christmas lectures, they put up a post today saying, regrettably, we've had to look into saving costs on staff. You know, it's obvious they really didn't want to, but you know, they're looking into how to do it. Sorry, I missed a message there. Roop saying Malta. Oh, he's in Malta. Yeah, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. That's why I wanted to check. They have to wear masks, and only a certain amount of people allowed in the room. Yeah, I knew it was under controlled circumstances. I didn't want to imply on stream that it's like, oh yeah, he's in another country and they're having a whale of a time and it's all fine. I don't think any country in the world should be thinking like that. There are some that have done a lot better than others, but let's leave that there. You all know which ones I'm talking about. Minty is saying, we all invest ourselves in trying to attract thousands of people into our streams and lives, trying so hard not to look at the numbers. Yeah, I mean, this number behind me, I'll be honest now, heart to heart, why not? On Tuesday stream, it stayed solid. It's actually gone up since Tuesday stream, so it was at 44. Now it's at 47. Yay. But on last Thursday's stream, it was on 43, I think, and then I watched as it just dropped. It was like 42, 41, 40, and then if I watch back the VODs are like a live capture of me losing followers. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? That's what's going on inside. I didn't let it throw me, because it's not about numbers. I'd rather the 47 people I've got now, who are the genuine people, rather than what I've discovered was actually I did have a couple of bots in the channel. So I think I've got a sneaking suspicion that when the numbers were dropping, it was just the bots resetting themselves. So I'm not going to let it throw me anymore. Having said that, if you do want to unfollow for any reason, again, there's no problem with that. I don't want to imply that either. It's not like I'm going to be really annoyed. In fact, I saw another tweet. Was it EPOSVox put it up? I think it might have been EPOSVox. A retweet from somebody else. This person had been shamed for unfollowing a stream. So again, that's why I wasn't going to talk about it originally, because I thought, I don't want to go there, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm one of those people as well. Yeah, but this person, whoever stream they joined, they had some sort of bot that tracked not necessarily the followers, but the unfollowers, and then they like publicly shamed them on stream for unfollowing them. I was like, what has the world turned into? What is this? If you want to unfollow me to make room, fine, I don't mind. What was concerning me was that it was just like, I didn't know if it was something I'd said. And it was just like, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? That's all I mean. But I'm getting better at not letting that affect me. But also I'm getting better at judging what the noise is. And I think the noise is ±2 because it's these blooming bots. So I've now blocked them. So hopefully now... I know that won't necessarily stop them following, but it might discourage them from like doing that resetting thing. Or maybe if next time it resets, they'll just go, oh, this person's blocked us, right, fine, we're not joining again. But yeah, Roop saying, I know Minecraft I do very well, but other stuff not as much. Yeah, Thursday seems to be... I know I've done just chatting tonight. I haven't done any retro console stuff. But Thursday seems to be emerging as the better day than Tuesday, where I'm doing Tryout Tuesday, where I tend to play FPS games just because it's been so long since I played FPS games. But I don't know, I'm sort of playing them for myself, and that's absolutely fine as well. I'm learning to do stuff, and I'm learning the game, I'm learning how to stream. So every time I'm gaining something. So I'm not worried if nobody's watching. But obviously I was a little bit worried that I wasn't getting any practice at doing chat. So this is great tonight, cheers. Not only is it a great chat, but it's great for me to get the experience of watching it as well and reacting to it, because I think that might be good actually. You know, when you do teacher training, they simulate a class. We should do that maybe that's an idea for Twitch Beans. Have like a simulated chat and we all pretend to be watching a stream, except we're not really pretending. Like do a 10-minute simulated stream and give people just experience of dealing with stuff. Not be nasty to them or anything, but just like, oh, this is what it feels like to do it. Because until you do it, that's what I was talking with Linny Pig about as well. Until you do it, you don't realise how it feels. And I'm always interested in what goes on behind the scenes. I'm interested in how tech works, and I'm interested in how broadcasting works. And that's what got me into radio in the first place. I never thought I'd be in front of a mic, much less a camera. But what happens is I get to the point where it's like, I want to know what it feels like. I'm not really bothered about myself or what I look like or whatever, only as much as making myself look palatable. Making myself look like, you can actually watch the stream. Because I was joking for a while that I didn't have the same skin tone in a single stream. That seems to have stabilised now. I personally think I'm looking the best I've ever looked on stream. No, I just... Don't clip that. I just mean... I'm more interested in learning the behind the scenes, and then once I've learned that, I start enjoying that, and it's like, this is what it feels like. This is what it's all about. Oh, cheers, Minty. I don't think you're that person. This isn't massive time lag, by the way. This is just that I'm waffling and need to read more, talk less. But I do think we are in a ridiculous world. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. And some of the stuff you read. Dominus saying, if people unfollow, I just want to know who, that's all. Yeah, only because, well, sometimes you want to check that they haven't just fallen off Twitch, I guess. And, particularly if they were a streamer, you want to make sure everything's all right. But yeah, it would be good to know. It'd be nice if, because I've had a couple of down likes on videos on YouTube, and no one ever says why. I'm not bothered with the down likes. If you didn't like the video, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. The thing that bugs me is not the down like, it's the why. Just tell me why. I can improve then. I can't do anything with, I didn't like it. Well, why didn't you like it? Because I didn't like it. Yeah, but why though? Just didn't. So, I suppose that's the way it is, maybe, but yeah. Minty saying even with my gig guide, I have the same worry constantly. And he thinks, Dominus, you really don't want to know. It brings more questions than it does answers. Yeah, it could do, couldn't it? I mean, it does depend. Oh, my bot! It finally did. I just realised something. I think my bot finally. I set the settings. I thought I don't want people to get spammed in the chat with links every 2 seconds. I'd rather wait till a chat's been rolling for a little bit, and then it drops a nice little message in. By the way, drop into the Discord, drop into the Twitter, or whatever. But I set it too conservatively, I think. And so it never came up. So this is the first time it's come up. And I was just like, yeah, the bot says, feel free to voyage into the Nemosphere Discord. And the reason I burst out laughing is because I just realised that the auto mod has deleted the link from the bot. So my own channel bot has been auto modded. That's brilliantly better. Roop saying I'll take a photo and post in Twitch Beans. I want to see how my balcony lighting looks for just chatting. Ooh, that could be cool. In real life stream from a balcony near you, possibly, depending on if you're staying in the same place in Malta. That'd be pretty cool. I'd watch that. Trolls, yeah. You're talking about Minty's thing, yeah. That's the thing. You don't know if it's a troll or not. Dominus saying, it would be nice if there was a why. It does help for improvement. Yeah, just literally. I mean, because some people have commented. It was the video about the. Watch now. Watch me knock everything down. The video I did about this, basically the £10 capture card. And it captures in 1080p at 30 frames a second, right? And that's perfect for me because I already mentioned that I'm only on ADSL. There is no way I'm going to attempt to stream at 60 frames a second. It just, it's barely working, just about working at 30 frames a second. I didn't tell you about that as well. Yeah, it's 480p resolution. Sounds a bit mad, but it does work. It's a compromise. Most of the streams I watch, I'm only watching in 480p anyway, because I tend to be watching in a half window while I'm doing work. If you've got it full screen, you might notice it's a little bit fuzzy, but at least it's fuzzy in a smooth way, hopefully, because it's just a lower resolution. Plus, if I'm doing retro streams like tonight, we're playing on like a 160 by 144 pixel display anyway, so broadcasting that in 1080p is total overkill. But yeah, I was watching, I think it was Gal Level on YouTube, and he gave some tips because he said people often say, oh, I can't stream because I haven't got fibre broadband, I haven't got fast enough broadband. He's just like, no, I started on ADSL. Yeah, I got fibre now, but I streamed for ages on ADSL. So I thought, that's right. It's no excuse. It won't be the crispest stream on Twitch, but it'll be a stream on Twitch, and it works. I'm happy with it for now. But I don't know if the downlike was related to the comment, because the comment was, and they were very stuck in the mud, basically. They said, nice £10 capture card, but it's only 1080p 30. Not really practical for streaming. And I'm thinking, it's a bit of a moot point. What's the point in having a 60 FPS capture card when I'm only streaming in 30? Obviously you're streaming in 60, great, but I'm never going to stream above 30, so it's a completely moot point for me. But and then added on to that, I'm not playing with the console. So I was talking about testing it on video cameras. I had a really nice comment from somebody else saying it's really nice to see it being tested not just on a console, because they were actually looking for videos where they did test them on video cameras and things like that, and camcorders. So the camcorder is running at 25 FPS. So again, you don't need 60 FPS, and there's no way to get that particular camcorder. And it's, I got it second hand, but brand new it would have been, it wasn't a cheap camcorder. It wasn't the most expensive, but it wasn't a cheap camcorder. So it's not because it's cheap. It's because camcorders are designed to run at 25 FPS or 30 FPS if you're NTSC. It's a PAL camcorder with me. Anyway, digressing. Roop saying every 30 chats I do. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what I set it to, but I thought, oh, flip, I've set the rules too harshly. It's about right, I think. That would have been about the right time to just gently nudge that I do have a Discord, and the link is not there because AutoMod has blocked it, but it is below me in the profile where you can find links to Discord and Twitter, and can't remember if I put my Instagram there. You can find me on Instagram if you like. It's not secret, it's just not the same as the other social media I've got because I can't get Jamie Nemeth on there. So I'm Jamie Fiddle on Twitter because I play the violin as well. What else was on? I can't remember. Dominus saying link deletion is a pain. How long have I been twitching? Minty's asked. It's possibly the only thing I've been doing longer than you, Minty. But only by a few weeks, and I've only been doing like one stream a week. When did I start, actually? I can't remember. Shouldn't necessarily have to remember. It'll be whenever my first clip was, I guess. But it's not been longer than a couple of months. It depends if you count the radio show. What? Roop saying Jamie twitches a lot. Do I? Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should approve that joke or not. Oh dear. Sweet Anita on Twitch is very good to watch, and as many people would say, great example of how to push through that. But it's I find it sort of, it's wrong to say fascinating, I suppose. Well, doctors do find conditions fascinating, I suppose. So I've got a sciencey slant, so but it's weird though, because and Sweet Anita is very open about it and explains about what's going on and things, and openly answers questions about her Tourette's and to educate people. But yeah, it's so weird when I can hear sounds. I don't know if it's something falling down, somebody walking past the door. Hello? Hello? Are you making rustling sounds? Why are you making rustling sounds? Do you need any help? Okay, there's plenty of people out there. Shopping's coming back, so I live with. We're all family living together, and in case the game hadn't already been given away by me going out of frame, this isn't real. But it's like a fantasy room. It's like fantasy. My fantasy is a plain white walled room, but no, it's like if I was going to do a Twitch room. I was watching this online festival, and somebody had got vinyl graphics on the wall. They were an opera singer, but they'd put like their Twitter and their website, and I thought that's blooming cool. So I thought if I had a room, I'd go for a nice subtle, just a line art design with vinyl on the wall, just really thinly stuck on, And I'd probably have some of those LED stick lights. They look cool. The advantage of drawing them in graphics program is that it didn't cost me 100 and odd quid. It's free. I forgot to answer the question earlier. That is a follow account. It's a live follow account. I guess that's inspired by TechMoan, really. TechMoan on YouTube. I have just seen their little LED screen thingamy. It's got a proper name. Just can't remember what it is. It's some sort of fancy dot matrix Bluetooth automatic social media tracking thing. It's very cool. Probably very expensive, and because he's gone up to over 1 million followers now, so it used to have like a 6-digit number for the thousands of followers that he had, or you could argue the 900 and odd thousand followers. But now it's just like 1.01 M, and I'm like, ah, I won't get to see all the digits anymore. It's great news, fantastic achievement, but also yes, 1 million. But yeah, I don't know. So loosely inspired by that, I was going to use reverse psychology on people and say, please don't ever let me get to 9,999 followers, otherwise I'll have to build a new follow counter. But in reality, I don't want to get to 9,999 followers, at least not in any sort of, I'm trying to fuse two sentences together. I don't want to get there anytime soon, because it'll mean that I didn't get there by my own merit, put it that way. There's no way. Short of some very strange luck, and I'd have to get very, very good at reading chat very, very, very quickly if I did that. So, yeah. I've just done just chatting and not done any games now. Should possibly do some games. Oh no, Roop saying Crystal got botted. It was good to see her back on stream. I say that, I know I didn't catch her because I try and watch streams at night, but sometimes I end up falling asleep. Not because of the content of the stream, don't know, again, that's not what I mean. I've got away with words. What am I trying to do? Change the stream title, yeah. I've discovered there are actually a couple of bots that were snuck in, and I realise now I thought somebody was following me that was a genuine follower, and now that they've not followed me and I've seen the list of bots, I realise they were a bot as well. So at least, like I say, this 47 is closer to it's closer to a true number than the 44 was, because yeah, right, okay, I think just by the most recent votes that came from Twitch directly, I think it's only just Sega in the lead, but maybe I'll do both. No, Sega's not the game, Jamie. Outrun is the game. Now, Outrun is a... It's not going to let me choose Outrun. Outrun 2? No, it is there, but it's like... It's not got a picture. Let's shove retro in as well. Let's play Outrun. Sega Master System 2 style. It was my first console, don't you know? Let's leave the title the same. Okay. Roop saying, yeah, Crystal has... Oh, wow, she's really been proper botted. Has 35,000 follows, but only 18 views. Oh, no. Yeah, and it's not good. Only because, like I say, at first I thought, oh, I've lost followers. Now I realise, well, I might have lost one genuine person. Okay, that's sad, never mind. But I don't think so. I think it was a bot that went. And I now know that 47, well, 45 of them at least, are genuine people that have actually followed. And also, to be fair, if anybody genuine does unfollow, again, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, because a lot of people followed me before they even knew what I was doing, before they even knew what I looked like or sounded like, to be fair. So I was asking quite a lot of them. Really, they've stuck around for a long time waiting for me to do anything. It was a long time before I actually did any proper streams. So there was that. You'd have at least 300 on a stream if you had that many follows. Yeah, I can believe it. That sounds about right to me. About the right order of magnitude. Right, so I need to load Sega Go. Oh, that's why I had that on. I need to switch. That on. Ooh. Right. And that off. And then I need to load. See, I'd normally have this running already, but because it was up in the air a bit. And if I load that just right and fade that out gently. Ooh, we'll get a very stuttery nostalgia hit. Let's turn that off then. It wasn't this garbly before, but I wasn't streaming before, that's why. That's better. Turn the background music off. Oh, just takes me back. Group saying, oh my gosh, tonight will be funny. My Spanish friend is going to play Resident Evil with me. Oh, wow. Just hope there's no complaints for loudness, yeah. Loudness from the game or loudness from you going, ah? Right, where are we going to go with this then? Oh, I decided. There you go. Right, I'm pushing the keyboard out of the way though, because as famously happened in one of my clips below, I accidentally hit the spacebar while I was playing a game, and it went at like 1,000 times speed. I lost all my lives. So, yeah, Outrun is a game I remember playing on the Master System 2. Or do I? Because when I was playing it, I couldn't get past a certain point in the game. And then I found, like happens sometimes when people are driving, in real life, you sort of go into this autopilot mode. So I ended up in just completely autopiloting through the game and only kind of came to my senses at the finish line. So I had this weird situation where I actually completed the game but had no satisfaction from having... It's a bit like the follow bots, I suppose. I had no satisfaction from actually having completed it because I didn't remember completing it. Very surreal. I'd just been playing it for so long. I kind of went into like sort of like a bit of a trance mode somehow. And yeah, it's weird. So I'm going to try not to go into a trance tonight anyway. Yeah, Roop's saying, hope there's going to be no noise complaints for loudness from me because we're in a hotel. Yeah. Just invite them in to play it as well. Hey, you never know. Maybe they're all secret streamers. Maybe it's a hotel of secret streamers all afraid to stream just in case the one in the room next door gets disturbed. And if you all talk to each other... No, okay. It's wishful thinking. This isn't The Circle on Channel 4. You're not allowed to talk to each other on that either. I never saw The Circle, by the way. I just know of it. This is the theme I remember. So, Sega Master System 2 style. I'm pushing the start button. Yeah, that's not start, that's A. But I am using a SNES controller to play a Master System, so yeah. Yeah, start doesn't work. It's A again. Don't tell me A is registering a start and I won't be able to accelerate. No, I can't accelerate. That's okay then. That's going to be loud. That's very distorted. It's bringing back memories of Spectrum. Is it meant to be that loud? Or is the emulator just going wrong? Do you remember it being like this with that shh in the background? Is it because I'm pressing the brake or something? That's a shame. I don't think that's right. Let me know if it's getting annoying for you. Oh, stopped. What the heck? Maybe it was just an emulator bug then. Maybe it was meant to be people cheering you on? I don't know. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's because I hadn't moved much. I don't know. 193 kilometers an hour. Good job there's no speed limit, eh? Also, I guess I'm just reacting quicker than I did on my original console. There is a time limit, definitely, so I think that's what it was, and that's the problem I had with all of these games. When you got a time limit to get to the next stage, I'd always almost get there, but not quite. So I might not get there in time this time. Because I stopped because it was doing that weird noise. Oh! Fork in the road that doesn't materialise until you get to it. That was pretty weird. Yeah, I know. It's because I stopped. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right. Oh, it's that passing breeze. Supposed to be. Yeah, sorry about that. It's going to be a bit noisy for about a minute, and then it's going to sort itself out. Maybe it's when I overtook them. Is it meant to be their car engine? No? Okay. Again, it doesn't really matter who you beat either. It's a race in a sense, but it's a race against the clock. That's better. Why it's noisy. Right, so I think this is the frustration I was feeling though. If you crash into anything or skid too much, you lose time. About 38 seconds there. Oop, took my eye off the ball then. So if you're just joining... Oh, yeah, I remember that bit. If you're just joining, question of the day. Totally ripped straight out of the stream coaching. Although not, because I hadn't planned to do it. But saw the tweet from David Blaine, who recently hovered over the Arizona desert for 30 minutes using nothing but helium balloons. Well, he had an oxygen mask as well. Got some common sense. Amazingly. What? I couldn't possibly go any faster. Something's up here. It's not because I got the handbrake on or something, is it? Something stupid like that. And handbrake's under the key. Let's tell you what, it's making a heck of a lot of noise. Just pressing all the buttons in case they do anything else, but I don't... Huh. So start does work. Pauses the game. Something's not quite right here, is it? Maybe I'll have to salvage my actual Master System out of the attic. Get the actual cartridge. Definitely got something weird going on here. For a start, I can't even complete a level. I remember it being harsh, not this harsh. Try going for the left fork then maybe next time. Look, basically I haven't taken my finger off the accelerator. And yeah, I haven't managed to get past the first stage. Am I skidding too much? I don't know. But yeah, because it looked like David Blaine manifested Balloon Kid in real life. What I wanted to know is, what game would you like to manifest in real life and why? But not dark, just... Yeah, I think there's something... There's got to be a bug. I could accept it being skill, but I've not taken my finger off the accelerator once. And I can't get further than that. There's physically no way to do this faster. So there's got to be something wrong there. Unless it's the actual core I'm loading it up in. Could that be it? We try loading it in a different core, maybe. That was the more reliable one last time. I didn't have much luck. No, see, failed to load. So it was the right one. All right. Well, let's stick. Oh, that was it. Ooh. Okay, something weird's going on now. Dear. Right. Let's try this again. That cool. Let's stick with Sega for now. Come on. I'm live. Thank you. Right, so how far did we get last time? We had a save game somewhere. Because we were further along than this. Unless I've overwritten it with the Game Boy save game, which is entirely possible. No. Yeah. What am I doing? Sorry, I didn't notice it changing level. Idiot. Jungle mode. Yeah. There we are. I knew we were further along than the first level. This is probably fairer to play Sega this week anyway, because we did Game Boy. Great music as well. Takes me back. Right, okay. Oh. Oh, that was silly. That was doubly silly. Should I just pretend that didn't happen and kind of cheat? Just reload. Right. That was just orientation. It's just orientation. It's a little bit loud. Oh, really? I was going to download Sonic 2 and Sonic Chaos as well, which, again, are up in the attic somewhere, like the Game Boy games I'm trying to find, and I hope also don't contain batteries. Ooh, that was close. Can we get back up to that one? No. Right. Ooh. So easy to overshoot. Especially when you're out of practice. And again, this slight emulator slowdown. I mean, it might be an issue, but I remember it happening. I remember it really happening on the actual Master System that I actually own. Like it used to say owned, but it's not gone anywhere. It's still here somewhere. Would be fab to get it going again. Ooh, oh. Here we go again. Yeah, go on then. Let's use the continue. Coordination, terrible. can't use the TV as an excuse now either. I can see everything in crystal clear. 320 pixels, however many it is actually. And take a different route across here then. Oh, what's that down there? Ooh, shield. Might be useful. If I don't do that. That'll stick with me and give me a little bit of extra protection, but it won't stop me from falling. So if I misjudge these and hit the bottom, then no shields, no rings will protect me. An extra life now, so that's not bad. Right, now, that's the thing, you've got to jump early when you can't necessarily see where you're jumping to give yourself the best chance to judge it. If you leave it too late, oh, nearly. Some of these I can fall down, some of them I can't. I can't remember which one that is. Also gotta love the fish that come from nowhere. Literally materialise in the water. Ooh. Just wait for that to go past. What's nice about this is as well, time counts up, whereas on Mario it counts down, so on this one you just get a time bonus. You don't necessarily run out of time. Detailed thesis on the differences between Sonic and Mario. Not necessarily detailed either. Ooh. I see the steps, yeah. Okay, getting better, but this is also my pattern. I get better, then I get worse, rapidly. I hit a peak. Okay, so those down arrows mean that I start back there if I lose a life, so let's do that. Don't have to do the whole level again. Nicely avoided there as well. Kept the shield. Oh, nearly lost it though. What I should have done with it was this, hang on. Don't lose it, trying to do a trick shot. That's what I was trying to do. Right now, this is where I came unstuck last time. Because these things you can build up quite a lot of momentum on these logs. And then I jumped there and went careering off because can you see him still running like that? So good use of physics as an extra challenge. Now where am I heading for? I can go to there. Again, current is carrying me away. Oh, see? 99 rings as well! Oh, I'd have an extra life if I'd just gotten one more ring. Just realised something. Haven't changed my title. Oh, naughty. Maybe that's it. I lost that life because I haven't changed the title. And I can't type. Right. Because we're not playing whatever we were playing before, Outrun. We're playing Sonic now. Very, very clearly playing Sonic. Was this Sonic the Hedgehog 4? I genuinely didn't know that. I thought it was 1, 2 and 3 and that was it. Whoa, well I've learned something new now. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog Outrun had some sort of bug. Couldn't even hit the first time bonus even flat out. That's got to be a bug. It's got to be, right? It's just got to be. Right. Not sure why I paused there. I just lost a life. I just carried on. Anyway. Let's have another go then. Trying to be clumsy again, but... Whoa, I was a bit lucky. So I jumped straight to there. What did I do last time? I jumped on him. Ah, yeah, the fish exploding kind of made me miss that. Oh, and I was that close. Oh, that's frustrating. I was literally that close. Got an extra life though, so it's not all bad. It kind of gave me back what I'd lost. So, should we save game at this point? Let's just quickly save that. Got careful here now. Oh, this is the nasty one. So, basically, yeah. Ended up unwittingly demonstrating my own point. You can't go down, basically. And it doesn't matter how far you've gone up. It doesn't matter that there's safe water below you. If you drop... So every time you jump, you gain height. See there? And I can't go lower than that. So if I jump there, and that happened to be a bit higher, and then tried to go down to there, that's it, I'd lose life. Nasty. Intriguing, clever, but nasty. I mean, I don't know how common vertical scrollers are. Oh, see? I can't go. I tried to go back down to the gold bars and I couldn't. Oops. Can't get him. Sorry, I aborted then because I misjudged it. Okay, careful, careful. Let's try not to fall off the edge again. Time it right. I love it as well when Sonic, when you've taken too long to make a move, and Sonic will tap his foot. It's great. Oh, I could have used that. But again, won't save me from falling. Oh! As I just demonstrated. I haven't got another continue, have I? No. No, I don't want to go back to Green Hill again. We're gonna be slightly inauthentic and do what we could never do in the original Master System, which is load the save game. I want to see some other levels. I want to get to the spacey level, futuristic PT level. My mouse over the console window. You're watching it behind me, but I'm watching it in front of me. That sounds like such a daft thing to say. Of course that's true. But I mean, Literally, as in I'm not necessarily in line with you watching it. That was clumsy. That was even clumsier. Come on now. Let's try and get past that bit. I seem to be unwittingly doing speedrun here, but it's just that I'm thinking stop messing about with getting every single ring and just try and get through the level without losing a life again. I shouldn't have gone that way. Is that way easier? I don't know. Natural muchness, I guess. Alright, okay, so I can do that, and I'll start from there next time. So that's good. Now these solid ones, the moving ones, just move back and forth when you land on them. These ones fall away when you land on them. And remember, you can't fall down on this vertical level. Doesn't matter if you're falling down on a log or free falling. Tom Petty song plays in my head. I'm just going to go straight for that one, I think. Will it let me? Yeah. Ooh, nearly overshot it though. Extra life. Good, good. Tempted to save it here. Oh, I should have. That was very prophetic. I should have saved it there. Alright, we've got to continue. That was really annoying though. Whoa! Oh! Trying to be too clever. So that's basically just when I'm jumping on the arrow again, I'm confirming, yes, I want to start from here next time again. Oh, gosh. Why didn't I say it? I said it out loud. I should save game here. And then I didn't. Very silly. That was just embarrassing. Right. Let's try again. At least they only fire in a straight line. That's one good thing. Such happy music for such a annoyingly difficult level. At least I'm making it seem annoyingly difficult. Really, I'm just out of practice with it. I think the Master System D-pad was a little bit more forgiving. Because it wasn't a D-pad, it was a 8-way pad. I mean, I'm sure it still only had 4 buttons in it, but you could sort of roll your thumb around on it a lot more, as I remember. Whereas this is just up, down, left, right, like the Game Boy. Again, nothing necessarily wrong with that, just different. And if I'm going on, I mean, I wouldn't think that muscle memory for when I was about age 8 would be that much help, but sometimes it comes back to you. You know, I sort of get these nostalgic feelings of, oh, I remember doing this exact move. I remember what it felt like. And of course it feels different because it's not a Master System controller. I was tempted, I thought, oh, shall I go mad and buy a controller for each retro system? But no, these were just cheap. £5 on eBay. £5 each. And they're good controllers. You know, they're like, I say mock SNES controllers, so they're inspired by, they're in the style of SNES controllers, like very much so. But I think they're a bit oversized compared to a SNES controller. But really, still perfectly playable. I mean, it is cheap, but it doesn't feel cheap. If that makes sense. Here we go. Right, so we're going to be stuck in jungle level forever, are we? Destined to just keep repeating the same steps over and over again. Hopefully not, but possibly. I don't know. I just missed those. Clever. Ooh. Went so fast then the game couldn't catch up. Because I didn't land on anything. So I didn't know where to put the vertical. Oh, see? Oh, throws me. Right. Need to not just career through the level. Just remember where these things go wrong and try and compensate for them. No, you can't go back for those rings. Oh! It's just watch me be very bad at Sonic level. Nearly just went straight off the edge then. Hey, I'm adding an element of danger. If I just keep resetting every time, it won't be any fun to watch. Right. Just reset at the end, so I want to get to the end of this level. And then start having a look for people to raid, I reckon. And last time, I raided somebody that I did want to, and I do watch, but what I need to get better at is trying to keep some sort of consistency, maybe, because I just, it's like my iPod when, cause I always used to listen to music on random, and you'd just be nodding off to some lovely classical music or something. I don't very often listen to classical music, but it's like, you know, there'd be generic pop on, let's say, and then a bit of classical would come on, and I'd think, okay, right, it's time for bed. And just as you were nodding off, it would throw in some heavy metal or something, just go, whoa! And this was before Spotify and the like. You just jump out of your skin. So I sort of accidentally ended up doing the same thing, because... Oh! Fail. Ended up just raiding a stream and taking the viewers to a stream that was completely diametrically opposite to my stream. And completely different vibe, completely different... Sorry, I know where that's going to go. Right. Come on. See what I said about that peak that I reach? I think I've passed the peak. I think all this talk about bedtime as well. I think it's bedtime. Let's give it 4 more minutes. End on a nice round 11:15. And well, actually, if I wait till midnight, I could we could join Minty, but I don't know if I can hold out till then. I need to be having a rest from doing extended work. Completely voluntarily, just that like I had something I wanted to finish, and coding is, you know, I could have left it till tomorrow, but I knew how to solve it. I just spent a bit more time on it, and it was really in depth and involved lots of maths and stuff, so, you know, brain cells were all going. But the problem is I was flagging because I was running out of energy. It's like, oh, come on, if I just stick at it for a little bit longer, I've got this. I can see it clearly. See the solution clearly. I need to finish it now. And I did, in the end. But I was going at it till well after 5 o'clock. Oh my gosh. So, as Ashley Christ, I'm saying it right this time, Ashley Christ says on the YouTube channel, I don't necessarily need to reference Ashley Christ, it's a truism, but as she says on, you know, Twitch tips, people need to keep reminding themselves. That's not necessarily a quote, that's not how she said it, but I'm adapting it. People need to keep reminding themselves that your energy is finite. You can only do so many things in a day, and I think that's it. My brain's just gone now. I think that's probably why I spent so long just chatting. Apologise if it was too long. Sorry, I probably should have started the game off sooner. Is the lesson there? Because it didn't occur to me that I could be setting up the game and also still doing the just chatting. But I'll get there. Come on, I haven't been doing this for long. I say, I just didn't twig. We had a great chat. Nothing wrong with that. Well, and also, I guess it would have been a worse chat because I wouldn't have been replying so much because I'd have been trying to sort out the bugs with Outrun. So, in some ways, it all worked out okay. Let me just line up some chilled out music for the outro. Chilled out music? Oh, is it Ian then? Tapping his foot. It's like, what you doing? What I'm doing is resetting. There we go. Right, let's try this again. I know, he's going to tap his foot again. Not yet. Later. Ooh. So if I raid someone else now, will you watch them for like 45 minutes? And then I gotta be careful how I say this. I'm not saying leave, because if you're enjoying that, great. But if you watch that for a bit and then you fancy something different, Minty's coming back at midnight. Minty's Game Guide. Always been that was silly. Always been a really, really great supporter of live music in and around Wales particularly, but just live music in general. And so I know some musician friends who are also gamers. It would be great to give him your support. And actually, if whoever we raid, you do want to keep watching, just maybe put Minty's Game Guide in your follows if you want to catch up with them. And anybody I've mentioned, have a look down below. It's not exclusively one person I recommend. You know, as I said, this is the problem about tonight. There's so many people that I would normally want to be watching, and they're all on at the same time. I liken it to when I started on Twitch. It was like analog TV. There are only a few channels. Now it's starting. My feed's starting to get a bit more like Freeview. There are not so many channels as other providers, but still quite a lot. And before long, we're going to get to Sky, where we've just got like hundreds of channels, and it's getting ridiculous. But we're not quite at that point yet. Almost, but not quite. So yeah, have a look down below at my recommended channels. Some really good watches in there. Some well-known people, some not well-known people. All doing different things. Very much like I said about my iPod. It had all sorts of different genres on it. Same in what I watch. Because that's something I didn't really realise about Twitch until I joined. Oh gosh, that was so silly because I got distracted because I was making such good progress. Yeah, there's a huge diversity in what I watch on here. Huge diversity in what people broadcast. As I say, huge mixture of genres. Hopefully something for everyone's taste. I will try and segue into something that's actually a bit closer to... Oh, the extra life's gone. I didn't know that was a one-time thing. Oh, that's a bit mean. Yeah, I don't know if there are any other retro people, actually. Well, probably Vinci, but he's not until 12, and he's probably not playing retro. He'll probably be going back to either Euro Truck Simulator, which I've bought, by the way. I'm planning to do that. Maybe that'll be next Tryout Tuesday. But I haven't got a wheel. I've only got the keyboard. Or this. I mean, I have got a proper big controller, but... stuck at the bottom of the drawer. Do you know what? This is not rage quitting, it's just that I'm brain tired. It's been good though. Hey, I've already achieved today. I've achieved massively. I've achieved massively this week because my target was I'm going to make 9:30. I said 8:30 when I watched the last VOD back. I made it on stream by 8:30. It's like, no you didn't though. That's a complete lie. Well, unless it's in a different time zone. But yeah, I made my schedule, which is a huge achievement. Go me. Tuesday and Thursday 9:30. So we will try and stick to that. But as I say, it's not guaranteed to always be Tuesday and Thursday because certainly at the moment I'm doing a uni course in software development. My job is software development, so we're doing everybody on the course is we, I suppose. Just sounded weird the way I said it. But I'm doing work and study alongside each other, so importance of this unfortunately goes in that order. Work, uni is kind of, well, it depends. Uni kind of goes up and down around work because it is work based. It's very, very nice of workplaces to support people doing degrees, but sometimes the degree isn't necessarily to do with work. Arguably, your chances of being supported through a degree that's not related to work is much less than one that is. But I just mean that this is completely linked. This is part of work. Excuse me. So in a sense, they can interchange at times. Guilt-free, you could argue. But yeah, work, uni, streaming. It's not even on the screen. It's down here somewhere. So there will be times where I'll have to disappear off the face of the earth. But for now, or at least for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to aim to stick to this. Actually, yeah, Bread T with two A's, BREADTEAA, was saying recently as well that so she's waiting for the uni timetable to come through and is unable to plan her entire schedule because she doesn't know when the lectures are going to be. So similar boat. At least what I've got is because it's alongside work and it's been planned around work, which is really cool. It's all on a Wednesday afternoon, so I definitely know I won't be streaming on Wednesday afternoons. But I don't normally anyway because Emmerdale's on. Sorry, fashion time now. Yeah. Tuesday and Thursday fits in well with that as well because Monday, Wednesday and Friday is Emmerdale and Corrie. So there you go, you're getting to hear all about it now. Let's see who's on, because I'm just getting to the point where it's that tipping point where I'm not quite flagging. I could push myself, but I probably should have a break. And we've done quite a lot. We had a pretty good Just Chatting stream, and we've had a pretty good run at the retro emulators. We've stuck to Sega this time. Maybe it'll be Nintendo next time. Maybe you need to make the votes a bit clearer and not half and half. Or maybe I just won't bother with a vote next time, because if it's half and half, you know, rice and chips, half and half. So, no, I don't want to change the stream title. I want to raid somebody. Right. But the raids lie. The raids do lie. So let's look on my proper Twitch and see who is on now. Who we got? Oh no, I was going to say Alex is back on, but she's not back on. She's stayed on. So, lots of people I recommend. But I'm going to go as close as I can to what I've just been doing. We're going to stick to retro. And we do have somebody doing retro, actually. We have the Party Unicorn. Again, it seems to be a night where everybody's on. So I recommend any of these people. We've got Sigma Theta 777. We've got iBot Gaming, IBORT Gaming, Tiny Trash Panda, Jen Just Jen, double N at the end, JEN, and then Just, and then JE double N. Who else we got? We got Massive Roy playing Euro Truck Simulator. Said about Minty's going to be playing Euro Truck Simulator probably later, or Football Manager, one or the other, or maybe something else. I don't know. He said he's got 3,000 games. I don't think I own 3,000 anything. Even a load of the magazines that I've got that I had to recycle, I don't think there were 3,000 of those. Blimey, you know, Sailor Peach, we got Hylian Pickles, we got literally everybody's online. It's just Katie with two E's. It's just Katie E. Playing Horror House. Got Colin Horn is on. C0. LIN Horn. Linny Pig's on as well. Playing Fall Guys. Alicia Kins is on. I mean, okay, now we're starting to get into more well-known people, but still people I do watch regularly. All of whom I would recommend. So I don't want anybody to feel left out, that's all. It's just literally the reason I am going for Party Unicorn is, well, I do enjoy watching stuff, but they're playing Tetris. They're playing Tetris 99. So I think that's a neat little segue. Tetris Thursday for a little change with Steph. So let's do it then. I will hopefully be back next Tuesday from 9:30, or maybe like the last two streams 9:31, but close enough. If you want to keep in touch and keep up to date with what I'm doing, then I will try and post notifications on the Discord. Link is below. I'm also on Twitter at Jamie Nemeth, and yeah, all of that stuff. Cheers for joining me. Cheers for the great chats tonight. Cheers Roop. Cheers Minty. Cheers Dominus. And I always keep feeling like I missed somebody out. Oh yeah, I need to make a note as well to stop my auto mod removing the link from my bot, which was my comedy highlight of the stream, was definitely that. So, try for now.